I had a call from my friend James at boats.co.uk, who have a huge place up in Essex, and he said, come on up, bring your camera, get a few videos. So I said, great, came on up, and he said, help yourself. And one of the first boats I saw was this Princess 60. Now this is a 2016 example, and I thought it was worth starting down here. Firstly, because you get an idea of the massive size of it. It really is a huge boat. But also, we don't often get to have a look underneath. So when I talk about things like bow thrusters, this is what I'm talking about. It's a propeller tunnel in the front that helps to push the boat sideways. And the other thing this boat has got, which is worth a quick look at, is these stabilising fins that look like shark fins. And what these do is they actually pivot, and so as the boat rocks, they push against the water and hold it dead steady. Really good thing when you're at anchor in a bay. It's a conventional shaft drive. When I talk about that, these are the shafts down here, props on the end and rudders behind. So obviously the props spin, the rudders steer, and it's a nice simple situation. And then this one's also got the stern thruster on, so this does the same as the bow thruster, but for the back of the boat. And you'll have heard me mention high-low platforms. Well, this one's got one, and it's slightly deployed at the minute, so you can see exactly what it does. But it's this mechanism here which allows this whole platform at the back to lower down into the water for launching a dinghy or for swimming off of, whatever you want to do. Anyway, that's the outside. Let's go have a look on board and I'll show you what it's all about with the help of this handy keg. Okay. So this is the platform from the top. Again, you can see how it works. It's normally flush against here, but it drops down hydraulically. And your dinghy sits on these chocks just here. Let's head on inside and take the tour. So, first thing we come to is this nice cockpit area. Big overhang on here, so you've got plenty of shade in a sunny place, and also increases the size of the Flybridge. Let's head on in. Now, being a 2016 boat, this slightly predates the Galley aft layout, which means you had this huge saloon area linked directly to the cockpit, which I think works rather well. And you do have things like a fridge, so that if you're out in the cockpit, you want to just grab a drink, you can do that there. And in fact, there's also glass storage tucked in here, which is rather neat. Okay, let's head on forward. This one has the separate dining area. This is a great area, so if you are of an evening just wanting to eat inside the boat, that's a great place to eat. And of course that is then right opposite the galley, which has got a huge fridge freezer. That's this fellow here, full floor to ceiling height, so your fridge is just there and the freezer is beneath it. And then there's of course storage in places like this. Plenty of drawers for all your bits and pieces. They're all on soft close, which is nice. And even a dishwasher tucked away like so, and bleeping at me. Obviously wants to wash some dishes. And then you've got a ceramic hob and the oven, which is an inverter, microwave and conventional oven, tucked away behind that locker. Cool. Okay, let's head on a bit further forward. Helm position is over on the starboard side. This one's got the full suite of Raymarine equipment, and some pretty neat seats as well. And you're quite high up here, so you've got a good view out when you're helming from the lower area. Okay, let's head on down a bit further. So let's head forward and we will find the VIP guest cabin. Really good size, big windows, decent sized wardrobe over here. And this is all storage up and behind here as well. So you've got plenty of room to tuck things away all the way around. And in fact, they've tucked some drawers under the bed as well, so you're not short of spaces to stow your gear. That briefcase there, incidentally, is all the instruction books for the boat. They all come with one of those. TV is neatly fitted in the side like that. And then this has a doorway through to the ensuite. Typical Princess, really nice size, separate shower stall, and also another door there, so this one can be used as a day heads. Now back here is cabin 3. Again, really nice size, very well appointed. And this has also got its own ensuite, so each of these cabins has a separate ensuite, which is really nice at night time, of course, because nobody's having to share. And then wardrobe tucked behind, like so. Okay, let's head on back a little further. Actually, one thing worth looking at while we're in this area is a nice big lobby area down here, and behind here is a domestic washer dryer, and on this boat it's been installed with another fridge freezer, so massive space. If you're away for a couple of weeks, that certainly gives you plenty of capacity for food and of course drink. Good. Okay, through to the master cabin. Ensuite just here, separate shower stall of course, and then a full beam master cabin. These are really nice. This boat has got the satin finished wood rather than the high gloss. It's a walnut, I believe, and it looks great. Very classy, but not shiny. And massive picture windows, and what you don't normally see out of the window of your Princess yacht is green fields, but today that's exactly what we're getting. And on the other side, boats.co.uk's yard, complete with crane. Look at that. Anyway, I digress. Love the way they finish the top of this. It's practical because it won't scratch and it's non-slip, but it also looks really good, I think. And this is all drawer storage in here. So you've got loads of space again for your clothes and bits and pieces. And again, it's all soft close. Really nice. Good. So that is the master cabin. Let's head on back up and we'll take a look at the Flybridge. And then we'll finish up, of course, with the engines. And in fact, this one's got a crew cabin as well. So we will do that last. So back out, past the galley and the dining area, back through the saloon. And we'll head upstairs. Let's pop the shoes back on. So you've got a lovely stairwell just here. And up on top, there is the bar area. This has got a fridge underneath that one. And then beneath here is a decent sink. So that lifts up like so when you're using it, and a barbecue. Fantastic on a summer's day to be out here frying the fish that you've caught. And then a bin down underneath. There is really good seating area at the back around this table, and I believe this centre section is, it slides out. You can just see the groove just there, so if you don't want such a massive table you can just have the two smaller ones in place. And as I say, masses of seating all the way around here. Bit of a breezy day today, so I apologise for any wind noise. And this area will convert to a sunbed, so it's a great area when you're underway. People can sit here and look out forward, be next to the helm, but also you can pull this seat out across here, and that makes a big sunbathing area. And then your helm itself, of course, is just here, and you've got repeaters for the Ray Marine equipment and all the other controls, and of course throttles and steering and so on. And up on the foredeck there is another area for the sunbathing cushions that can go on there. Okay, let's head on back. We'll finish off with the crew area and the engine space. So the crew area is a completely separate access. Well, that is back here, and it is tucked away under here. I think we'll take shoes off again because it's carpeted in here. So what you have in here are two berths. At the minute both of the cushions are on this one, and they've got covers on this one, but clearly without the covers on, this comes across, and that gives you two decent sized sleeping areas. But what is nice is it's got an ensuite tucked away at the end. Got a shower in there as well. Not massive, but it's certainly perfectly adequate. And what this would be useful for, apart from crews, if you've got a couple of sulky teenagers that want their own space, pop them in here, they get their own space. You don't have to look at them. Win-win. Let's go look at those engines. Okay, so back up through here. I'll pop these fellows back on. Now there is a lazarette on this boat, which is a huge storage area underneath here. In fact, those are those foredeck sunbathing cushions, but with those out, that's a massive separate storage area for outside gear, so your buckets and sponges and hoses and anything like that that you don't want to traipse inside the boat. And this one then is the engine access. Let's head on down backwards. Now the engines in here are Volvo Penta. They are D13 900s. So they have a fair bit of poke. I don't know what the top speed of this boat is, but I'm guessing 30 knots area. But it's typical Princess. It's very well engineered if you look at things like all the auxiliary equipment. This is for the side power thruster system that I showed you underneath the boat. It's all really easy to get at. All the engineering is really solid. And then you've got all this typical Princess sound deadening. All this stuff here just helps to keep the boat really refined. And the other thing I like about these engine rooms in Princesses is just how well lit they are. As you can see, there's the fuel tanks on the outside. And we really can get right around these engines. So people working on them, everything is accessible. Big extraction fans in there as well, that keeps the airflow running. Cool. That's the generator just there. That's a big Cummins Onan generator. So that powers all of your 240 volt systems when you're away from shore power. Okay, let's go back out into the cockpit. And that, as they say, is that Princess 60. I think it's a really neat boat. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. If you have, do me a favour, give the subscribe button a quick click. Really helps. Thanks a lot, and we'll hopefully see you on the next one. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.